Good afternoon, world. There is no doubt that in recent months, events are rushing with great speed. We are living in a context of economic crisis, social policy, and a series of blows, for and on the other hand, by our rulers, who every day are in the hands of interests that are not the common good. The events over the past 3 months have been particularly relevant to the greater world. Is the internet a completely free, yet being viewed constantly threatened? First was the ACTA Treaty in late November, which was approved by the European Union. Then, on December 30, was passed known as the Law SIND, which also enables mechanisms to control the contents of the network, with the aim of fighting piracy. If you have not thought that this was enough, then U.S. Senator Lamar Smith pulled off the treaty. SOUP and PIPA legislation, if passed, would turn the internet into a tool of control of all its users. It would force internet providers and companies that host information such as social networks to filter all content and retain the data of offenders. Reflect very well on this, because it is much more important than it seems. This law was to be voted on January 24 this year, but several companies like Google, Facebook, Amazon, Twitter and Wikipedia alone lobbied against a multitude of citizens, as well as Anonymous, who started the number up blackout, which he described various actions to take to help. So, on January 18, agreed to a blackout on the internet for all services of these companies. More than 75,000 websites supported this initiative and showed on their front against SOUP manifest, in which is described as the biggest protest in the history of digital internet. Such was the impact that several senators withdrew their support for SOUP, while Obama had rejected it by differences of opinion. But what happened after we had planned? The FBI McGupload closed and arrested 7 of its leaders in a completely unexpected. A company hosted in Hong Kong and whose workers were New Zealand and Germany were extradited and arrested by the FBI, and all content servers RapidShare. 4% of the information from the internet has been confiscated. An attack on freedom of information and expression in the making. What was the response? Anonymous from around the world, incredibly reinforced by many citizens, joined in the number up McGupload to protest the network from different pages of government United States, as well as French and Spanish SGAE Adobe, in what was the biggest protest in the history of Anonymous, with about 20,000 users participating from around the globe. For many, this is the beginning of World War Web, or World War Digital. Many wonder, why is it so important? It's simple. Internet is the only means of communication that is not manipulated by outside interests to its users, and, if approved, SOUP without the US government is able of this, what will not when you have a legal framework available so restrictive. This is not download free stuff, it comes to protecting our right to express ourselves, to share culture and information. Rights that every day more are threatened. Other sites such as RapidShare, Pelliculas Yonkis or Series Yonkis were also threatened by the FBI. Lamar Smith says it will SOUP law in February, while Hollywood press Obama to not go. But we will not consent. If they want war, war will. We are Anonymous. We are Legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.